Hello, welcome to our Ecom Avengers Hangout. My name is Kenya Alou, and we're so happy to have you here today. We have an awesome panel. We're going to wait a few minutes. There's going to be a little lag, but we're going to wait a few minutes and let some of you trickle in. We're very excited to be doing these Hangouts. We love talking with each other and engaging with you and really just sharing this incredible opportunity that we have with Infinii. So I just want to give a little bit of my background real quick, and then I'm going to turn it over to the amazing panel because I love their stories. My name is Kenya Alou, and I've been in the e-commerce world for about 3 years now, and it's been amazing. I'm a registered nurse by trade, and I was a single mom for 12 years, and during that time I would have given anything for an opportunity like this because I did try many businesses and never made what I'm making now, that's for sure. So it was a struggle. And when it was brought to me that, what if we could have a company that a customer could make money in the MLM industry? And I was like, you guys, that doesn't exist. You're joking with me, whatever. But then we started doing it, and you were making money without having to recruit. Some people love to recruit. Many on this panel love to recruit, and some people don't, and that's okay. But what I loved the most was that it was an opportunity to do that. I started on eBay, and then I moved over to Amazon, so I have a couple of branded items on Amazon that do pretty well. And we have an incredible team with incredible support. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because I really want to hear from all of our panel. We have a bunch of people on tonight. And Andrew is going to be first. Are you there? Andrew?
Yep, I'm here.
Awesome. Andrew's amazing. He has been a huge help to this team. He's put so many things together for us in terms of team support and creating systems for us to use to make all of our jobs easier and to increase our incomes. He's really put in a lot of time and effort for us. So we appreciate you, and I'm going to just go ahead and turn it over to you and mute myself.
Great, thanks. So thanks, Kenya. Appreciate everything that you do, too. So just to give you a brief introduction, I'm the guy that's in black and white, but in real life, I'm actually in color. But I'm just off screen, actually, just because I'm in a really bad, I'm traveling and the internet connection isn't so good. So I'm not going to come on screen just for that reason. But basically, I want to talk a little bit about e-commerce, and if you just want to log in on me, so I'll do that. So basically, I just want to talk about the concept that really got me excited when I first came across this opportunity. And what it was about, just like what Kenya said, about actual people being able to make money who were not big into recruiting. And I've had a lot of success, recruiting into some very difficult companies, but I'm one of those people that always could, see, around the curve or see ahead of the trend, so to speak. And I started noticing what was going on with e-commerce. I started noticing a lot of my friends that were doing really, really well and making 6- and 7-figure earners doing e-commerce and getting involved in e-commerce and how simple it was. And I love the idea, on the other hand, because as someone who's brought a lot of people into different network marketing companies, like over 100 people in multiple companies, I saw that a lot of those people just weren't really preconditioned to have success, because it does take a certain getting out of your comfort zone. It does take a certain amount of that a personality, if you will. Now, I will say to you that I'm an introvert, and I've always been an introvert, so it didn't come naturally to me. But a lot of people aren't necessarily well suited to succeed in that. And when I saw the Infinii model, I knew that that was different, because here people can come in, average people, and even if they don't want to get on the phone, they're not interested in selling, they're not going to have the desire that I had to really learn and master internet marketing. It's a way for them to make real money and make consistent money from home. And so that, really spoke to me because I'm always looking for something that's going to be very congruent with what I'm doing. And I felt really congruent that this would help average people, and that if someone really wanted to learn how to do this, this is the perfect model that will get them going, and stepping up, in the world of e-commerce. So Infinii really takes you step by step, and you can get in with baby steps. Start on eBay, and then you can expand to to selling on Amazon, expand to selling your own products, and all this stuff. So it does a great job of kind of taking the new person and leading them through this journey, so that they're making incremental income the more that they get into e-commerce and the more they really embrace that and stay focused. And at the end of the day, that to me is very rewarding. On the other side of the equation, on the recruiting side, for people that are interested in that, I mean, we have a team-only marketing system that that I've created and built that integrates with different autoresponders, and so because I'm very passionate about people building their own list, I think that's really important. Different capture pages and all that kind of stuff to build what I see as a really important opportunity. Because when I was first getting into network marketing, I get magazines, and I look at I get direct sales letters in the mail, and I'd read them, and I'd study them, and I'd read sales letters, and I'd write them out by hand. And one of the most powerful ones was Jeff Paul, and he had this concept that was, hey, stay at home, make money in your underwear, right? And that always made sense to me, because essentially that's what people want. They don't want to necessarily step into the limelight, step on stage, and deliver a speech. Public speaking is the number one fear for most people. It certainly was for me at one point. But that concept that Jeff Paul had, because I've heard that he made well over 8 figures just from that information product that he created. And it's because that's what people want. They want to make money from home, and if they want to wear jogging pants to do it and not have to talk to anyone, well, here's your path to do that with Infinii. We've got this whole team and this whole community, and a wonderful Facebook group that's led by the leaders here, that can help you do that, can help you achieve that. So if that's what you're looking for, what I would say is, forget all the gimmicks, forget about, all these gimmicky things that you see online, all these, downline builders and stuff, and put your energy just consistently, incrementally into learning e-commerce with Infinii and with this team. All right, well, that's all I got. Back over to you, Kenya.
That's awesome. Thank you, Andrew. That's such great advice. It's truly unique, and that's why we're here. So, and you have a ton of experience in a ton of different things, and you're not just speaking from a place of what's the word I'm looking for? Of just you're not just speaking to hear yourself speak. You're actually speaking because you've experienced a wide range and variety of different businesses. So we really appreciate your insight on that.
Yeah, success leaves clues. I mean, that's the thing. Here's what I'm doing. Here's what I'm building. Because of that message, and because it reaches so many people who don't want to have home parties. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to have home parties here, folks. I mean, you could just do the e-commerce and win doing that, and that's really what I love about it.
Awesome. All right, so Becky, let's hear from you. Your story is phenomenal, and I'm always in awe of this woman because she does everything, like literally, And you know what, Becky, if you wouldn't mind, I don't know if I would like you to share a little bit of your background too, if you can. I think it's very powerful and will help people see that this isn't for a certain group of people. This can be for anybody who really wants it.
Yes. Can you hear me? Awesome, thanks. So happy Monday, everyone. Thanks for the nice intro, Kenya. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Becky Timms, and I grew up in a very, very small town called North South Carolina, and I grew up very, very poor. So I didn't learn how to cook from my mom. She was an awesome cook, but my motivation was I was going to learn how to make reservations instead of learn how to cook, and I did. So fast forward, grew up, I was in a foster home for a while, grew up very poor, and then I went to school. And I kept going to school and kept going to school and kept going to school, kind of like Forrest Gump, just kept running and running and running. And so I ended up, I have 2 master's degrees. I'm 20 years in my career. I'm a scientist, and I love my job. So I still work my e-commerce business part-time. I tell everyone about it because this company has truly, truly, truly changed my life, and it's changed my family's life. And so I saw this in January of 2014. I had finished running, had all my master's degrees, so then I was playing Candy Crush. And I was playing a lot of Candy Crush. Like, I was probably addicted to Candy Crush. And so it was January, and my husband and I needed tax write-offs. And so I was like, I've got to have a home-based business. And so I saw a invite to a hangout like this on Facebook, and I went to see the video that you probably saw, and I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. Let me learn about this. And so I had sold on eBay before, back in like 1999, 2000. In fact, that's how I paid for my part of the wedding when I got married in 2001, was selling on eBay. But back then, I was going to garage sales and pawn shops, and I was packing and shipping. And I remember even back then, I would find I still shop at Goodwill, and I was an eBay shopper too. And I would look on eBay, and I would find a shirt that I really liked, and then I would go look at the seller's other items, and they were selling like lawnmowers and caskets and snow blowers and snow machines. And I was like, how do they have all this stuff in their house, and how do they pack it and ship it? And if I would have known then what I know now, I would probably be a quadrimillionaire, because it's amazing. So fast forward, I watched the video, and I started listing, and I did it part-time after my boys went to bed at night. I have 2 sons, and I would stay up late. Now before this, I would play Candy Crush, but I would go to bed maybe 9:30, and then when I found e-commerce, I didn't play Candy Crush anymore, and I would go to bed about 11, so maybe an hour and a half more each night. And I made my first sale in 2 days. I was so excited. And after that first sale, I told everyone about Infinii. And if you knew how excited I was to make that first sale, it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe it was just very exciting. And so I kept it's kind of like Pavlov's dog, you keep listing, keep listing, keep listing, and you'll get a sale, and you'll get another sale, another sale. And you don't know when you'll get a sale, but people shop all the time. So when I started in January of 2014, it was cold here in South Carolina, but in Australia, it was summertime, and I was selling snow cone machines, like they were going crazy. And so I was just excited about that. So just because here in the United States we're experiencing summer, this is a global business, and people are in different seasons all over the world, so you can sell anything to anyone. And I've also got to meet a lot of people from all around the world, which was very good too. So back to my story. I sold on eBay, and then I found one product that I started selling on Amazon. Now, my first sale on Amazon, my profit was $324.18, and it was a couch and a love seat. It was black and white. I won't forget. And it's funny how I remember these details just like they happened yesterday. And it was an amazing experience there. And then I found out how to brand my own items, And my first year online, I had over $600,000 in sales, profited well over six figures my first year, part-time. And I've recently been listening to Jim Rohn, and I kind of relate to him because the first question I get is, well, Becky, why don't you quit your job? And first of all, I love my career. Second of all, my business is truly on autopilot. I have 9 branded products. The manufacturer ships them directly to Amazon. Amazon does all the selling, shipping, packing, customer service, everything. And I just get a deposit in my checking account every 2 weeks, like clockwork. And so it truly is a hands-off business. So and just because I choose to tell other people about it, I've made an extra $50,000 part-time telling people about this amazing opportunity and how it can change your life like it's changed mine.
That's like life-changing money. The extra $50,000 that you're making just by sharing it. That's not just pennies. That can literally change the course of someone's life. I mean, that can prevent them from bankruptcy. That can prevent them from foreclosure. That can allow them, family vacations and pay off debt. Like my husband and I have paid off almost $100,000 worth of debt since we started this business, and we're very excited about that. I'm sure you've been able to do the same, Becky. And yeah, I mean that is the side money from sharing what you're doing. Just, hey, I made a sale, and people get excited and they want to know what that looks like. What do you mean you made a sale? What are you selling? And it's so easy to share when it's really just kind of weaved into your life, and you're just kind of you're doing something that actually works. It's like when you lose weight, and people can tell in your pictures, you've lost weight. How did you? It's the same thing. Super cool. Thanks for sharing. Rose, let's go to you.
You hear me?
We can hear you great.
Okay. So you just want me to tell my short story?
Yes, please. And let me preface, we have people, guys, that have been with us for years, and we have people that have been with us for a very short time, and we have people that have been with us a few months, and people at all different stages and levels of their business. Some are just doing e-commerce, some are doing both, some are doing it part-time, some are doing it full-time, and so we just want you to hear a wide range of stories here of people who you might be able to relate to. So, and I do want to say, Rose has had, she's had some challenges with e-commerce, but she's been able to overcome them, and I want her to share. I'm going to let her share, but we're not here to try and tell you, hey, join this business and you won't have any challenges and it'll be super easy and all you have to do is sign up and you'll make a ton of money. Like, that's not what we're here to do. We're here to tell you that we have a legitimate opportunity that has helped hundreds and hundreds of people make income from home, whether part-time or full-time, whether supplemental or replacement, or whether it's just helping them pay their car payment. And it works. And so anyway, Rose, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you and let you share your experience and your story.
Thank you. I really appreciate you allowing me to come on, and I am excited. And Becky, I'm also from North Carolina in Charlotte, just so you know. So we have to hook up sometime. But I've been in the business now. It's been 5 months, and when I came in, it was actually a referral, and Lisa is my upline, and she contacted me actually right away. I got the referral from somebody I know in marketing. They gave me Lisa's information. I reached out to her. She gave me the site. Anyway, I signed up, and she actually called me. And so I started getting connected that way, and I would say for the first 3 months, I was totally in tune to just really doing everything I was supposed to be doing, which is listening to a lot of the videos, going on the webinars, And honestly, I was so overwhelmed. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to pull my hair out. I don't think I could ever do this. And honestly, going into the third month, things start making sense to me. And then I was realizing I was listing on eBay, I was listing on Bonanza, and because eBay, you know, they have their limits when you first come on, so I learned all about that. So then I went to the platform Bonanza because I remember Carly said Bonanza has no limits at this time. So I thought, well, while I'm trying to get my limits increased on eBay, I'll go on Bonanza. So I went on Bonanza, and then Bonanza was sent to me and say, hey, they really liked me because I was listing a lot, but I really still wasn't making any money because I was really trying to figure out how to list and all the keywords, and that is definitely a lesson to be learned, I guess, and it took me time, but I kind of dived in the deep end, and then I started doing Amazon seller as well, and then the partner side, because when I listened to Hitesh, you know, he talks about he has 4 and 5 different platforms for us to make money. That's important, crucial for a business to grow. I am a recruiter by heart, and I thought, well, I definitely want to do the partner side and grow my business and share the opportunity. So I basically dived in the deep end for everything, right? And what ended up happening now in my 5th month, I have one product that I bought at the dollar store, and that's what's been selling the most on Amazon Seller, and I'm about at $600 in sales, and that probably happened in about a month for that $600 in sales. And I'm like, oh wow, that's interesting, that's working. And I had to actually go and restock that item again. So that one's kind of taken off. So now what I'm doing is I'm going back to my eBay listings that I already listed, and I already talked to Becky, helped me. And by the way, everybody is very, very helpful. I reached out on the Facebook group, and anything I put out there, everybody has just been really great on just helping me out with any kind of question. And so Becky kind of helped check my eBay listings, and she did give me some good insight. So I'm going to go back to my listings, and I'm going to start, you know, fixing what I need to fix, because I really want to grow in that area, and I have a goal that, you know, in the next month I really want to get my listings up because I want to be prepared for the holidays. And then Amazon Seller has kind of convinced me that, you know, it's about having these key products. So now when we have the arbitrage list, I'm paying attention more to that and purchasing them as well. And then also I'm with Affinity Network, and so, you know, it's funny because I was listening to all his recordings and that, but honestly I'm using the capture pages and so forth, and I'm getting a lot of attention in that area too. So the one thing I know Hitesh always says, this is a business, and it's not like you make money overnight. There's a few of us that, not me, but there's a few that probably do. But I treat it like a business, and I know it's going to be maybe a long term, and when it is, I know it can be really good. I really do believe in the platforms. I think we have some great and awesome leaders. Everybody is extremely helpful, and I just want to keep on going forward, even though with the challenges. And I always say, what we don't know, we don't know. And so a lot of this, when I started out, I had no idea, and that's why I was getting frustrated and challenges. But as long as I reached out to everybody, everybody was there to help me out. So I'm excited to go in the future, and honestly, I'm looking at the big picture for next year. If I stay with where I am and just be consistent like that everybody's suggesting, I believe next year could be a great year, and that's what I'm anticipating, if not before then. So thanks, Kenya. I really appreciate you allowing me to put my story out there.
Well, thank you for coming on. And I'm echoing a little bit. Can you just mute your mic for a sec?
Okay. Yes.
Thanks. So thank you for coming on and sharing that. And I'm really proud of you for not, you know, first month, no sales, I give up. I'm really proud of you for that, because that persistence and that hunger to learn and continue to gain knowledge in this and just not giving up is really important. And you touched on something also that's so important, and that's you wanted to get yourself and your account ready for the holiday season. And I want to tell you guys, if you're a member already and you're just kind of sleeping on it, or if you're watching this and you don't have a business yet but you need a business, don't wait. Sorry, don't wait until September or October or November. Start now, because you're going to have a little bit of a learning curve, and you want to be able to ramp up that account so that by August, before fourth quarter starts, you are ready to benefit from the massive e-commerce industry that happens around the holiday period. So don't wait, and if you are already a member, please dig into the training and start taking action with your stuff, because we really want you to make money, and there is a major season coming up that's going to be awesome for that. Nathan is, I told you we have all kinds of people. Nathan is actually very young. He is in his very, very early 20s, and I'm going to let him share his story, of course, but I get so excited. He is doing this full time. He has a wife and 2 kids, and I'm just really proud to watch him, and his energy and his desire to help people is awesome. So Nathan, if you want to unmute your mic. You there?
Can you hear me?
We can.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. I've been with Infinii DSD for about 1.5 years now, and actually, when I first started, I didn't have my single sale for a month. Yeah, definitely some learning curves. My first sale was a $200 coffee table. I made $3, but I was so excited. I was so excited. I jumped up, texted my wife and everything, and then and then from there, it slowly increased and grew. And my wife and I, we were doing home health care, and we were working about 70 hours combined. And we never saw each other. We fought. We were stressed, and I was able to replace our income. Now I work about 3.5 to 4 hours every day on eBay, and that provides for all our needs. And so I get to stay at home. I get to see my kids. I get to do other things. I'm growing in other ways. It has really freed up my time. And I did take a part-time job, and then I made 4 times the amount that I made in, I worked 33 hours that week on my part-time job. I worked about 15 on my eBay business, and I made 4 times the amount that week. So I definitely put about a month later, I put in my 2-week notice, and so now I do this full time, and it's absolutely amazing. It's changed my life, and I love it. And I'm not as everybody was talking about, I'm definitely not a go sign people up. I will talk to people and help people sign up, but I'm definitely more the e-commerce, which is absolutely awesome. This platform's amazing that it lets you make the decision to choose if you want to go pursue people, if you want to just be a hermit like I like being and working on my computer. It's absolutely amazing, and I love doing it.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I remember that day. I think I saw you the same day you got your paycheck, or it was like the day after. Nathan recently moved to Texas. Well, recently, like over 6 months ago. But he moved.
Still feels recent.
And he said, he just looked at me, and he had told me that he'd gotten this part-time job, and I'm like, well, that's good. It's good for you to do that. And anyway, he looks at me and he's like, I worked 33 hours and I made X amount, and I made more on eBay. And I mean, he was just like shocked and not too happy about it.
I was happy, but I was mad at the same time.
Yeah, he was like, I put in so many hours, and it didn't really pay off, and so it was funny, but that's what he's doing, and we got to go. He's local, so we got to go celebrate with his son for his birthday last night. It was awesome.
Yep.
So thanks for sharing. And his wife, Lorraine. Okay, so some of you may have situations where, like Nathan, he doesn't want to recruit, he doesn't want anything to do with it. But his wife, Lorraine, does the business with him, and she's kind of the one that's marketing it. And she's having fun with that. So you can tag team with your partner or spouse if you have one. And you do want to work both sides, but maybe you both have different strengths. So that's always really awesome to partner that way. Okay. Christopher, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Can you hear me?
Awesome. This is all these no camera, no face people we have. Andrew didn't show his face because he couldn't with his computer, and then Nathan didn't. I don't know why, and then Rose didn't. I think she doesn't have a camera. I'm not sure.
Are you happy now?
Yes.
Hi.
I guess I will.
You don't
I
have
just
to.
got my arm twisted. It's hurting right now.
Okay, cool. So Chris is awesome. Some of you all might, if you're in Infinii already and you're on our team, you know who he is. And if you're not, you're about to hear from him. He's got incredible businesses going. Hey, there he is. And I'll let him share. But I've really enjoyed working with him. He's always got great ideas for the team, and he's always trying to improve things. So we really appreciate you and all that you contribute.
Well, I really enjoy this business, and I enjoy the teammates that I actually work with. I mean, the business for me started in 2013. It was around November 10th. Actually, yes, November 10th was the first day I got started with the program. And the main reason for me was I was coming from a MLM opportunity that a lot of the members that I was working with couldn't promote. It was a promoting type MLM place. So I was looking for something that the average person can do. You know, it did take a lot of technical skills, and so I came online. I went on YouTube, and I saw this lady. She's so charismatic. I was like, okay. And then I looked at a couple other people, and I was like, okay. Then I went back to her. I said, okay, I think I'm gonna go with her for a minute. So I signed on, and I went through the training. I did everything. You know, they told me that I went through the training. I set up my eBay account, and I listed my first 5 to 10 items, and like in the first, I guess it was, I have the date here. It was November 18th, 2013. I sold my first item from the actual training. Okay, this is my first item from the training itself. I've sold on eBay before, but this is my first item I sold directly from the training, and it was a Black & Decker dust buster. And it went to Puerto Rico. I remember everything about this thing. And I was so amazed, because my thing is always this: if I could make 1 cent from a particular opportunity, I can multiply that 1 cent into hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars. I can duplicate that. So I already knew about eBay. I already knew that it was a place where I could sell my goods that I had out my house. So when I came upon this training, it showed me a whole new era of how to sell stuff, and that just took my brain to another level, and I just ran with it. So within that first, I was Q4, what everybody talks about. At the end of December, I had already sold $10,000 worth of stuff in the month of December, and normally, roughly, that was pretty good for a person, I think, that's just starting out. And it was just one item I was selling over and over again, which was awesome. So as we go on and on with Infinii, I just love the fact that the group that I'm with, always there if I need a question answered. I'm actually started recruiting So even when I need help with a question, maybe some of my downline might need, there was always somebody there in the group 24 hours a day, usually, to answer my questions. I mean, it's to me, e-commerce is one of the biggest things you can do online. And I've been in a number of things where I paid $4,000, 5,000, 6,000, up to $10,000, and it didn't pan out the way I wanted to. And I came onto this e-commerce thing where I paid $50, and I can't tell you how many times that $50 I've made over and over again. So I'm actually hooked with this, and as you look into the different things online, you see e-commerce is something that's growing every day, every year. So this is a business that you could duplicate. You could either enjoy it with yourself, or you can grow it with other people. So I mean, like I said, I have a really good business on Amazon. I have one or two products that really sells really good. And I normally don't talk about my Amazon business because mainly my eBay business is I want to show people where I started. And where I started was eBay, and that took me to another realm, which is Amazon. But that's where most people start. They start with what they have, and then they grow their business, and then as their business grows, they expand. That's like any business you do, any brick and mortar business you do. You start at a particular spot, and then you buy another store, you buy some more inventory. That's how business works, and that's the same way I took it within this business online. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it, and it's still continuing. So
That's awesome. It's like, don't despise the day of small beginnings, right? Like, you guys can't look at some of the people on this panel and be like, well, how come I'm not doing what they're doing? Well, you don't know how long they've been at it. You don't know what they've put into it, what they've reinvested, where they started. So that's the whole thing.
can I say something real quick?
Please, yeah.
Okay. I want to mention, like, I had a really good first three months. Okay. Now in January and February, I wanted to be a smart fella, and I went beyond the training. I stopped really going back into the training, and I started to say, "Oh, I can do this. This is so easy." Oh, next thing I know, I get a defect on eBay. I get another defect on eBay, and I started to get my account into issues. So I said, "What am I doing?" I went back to the training. I talked to my upline. I said, "Look, I'm gonna go back to the training. I'm gonna go back to number one." And then I went back to number one. I went to the item that started me at doing this, and it sells consistently every single day. And by the end of I guess it was the second month, I was back on track. So ever since then, I always go back to the training. I never go on my own and say, all right, I can do this by myself. I don't need Infinity. I don't need nothing. I continue to learn the training. I continue to go back and refresh myself on the training, because they always put new stuff in there that the ones that are ahead of me that are making 6 figures, 7 figures, they are always putting stuff in there that they run into. So when I get to that spot, I won't have that same issue they have. So we have a great leadership within Infinity on this team.
Thanks, Christopher. And the other thing too is e-commerce is always changing, right? So things are always changing, and so it's important to plug in, like he said, don't don't ignore the training that's there. Infinity provides updates where there are corporate people that are constantly listing on the platform, so that they are immediately aware of changes in trends and changes in the platforms and that sort of thing. So they're really great about doing weekly training and putting updates in the Infinity website, and then as well as the support that we have on our team. I mean, we have people like Christopher and like Becky and Nathan and just different people in Rose who've been doing it a while, and you can put your question in there, and everybody is always doing their best to help out. So we really appreciate that. So I'm going to turn it over to Mike. Mike has been doing this. He is a full-timer, and he is doing both e-commerce and building a team, and he does a great job at both. And I've really enjoyed getting to know him. I just really love working with you, Mike, and I appreciate you taking the time to be here tonight also.
Thank you, Kenya. Can you hear me? Okay, good. I just want to point something out. We've all been talking about a business here, and this is a business. It is a business that everybody has. But if anybody was watching tonight, all of the interaction in and out in your area there, Kenya, just tells everybody that this is a big family, and we can do this with family. This is not. And Chris mentioned, all of the help, and Becky's mentioned all of the help. This is just a big family, and it's just so enjoyable to be part of this particular team and this business. Even Hitesh and Kevin and Jason, all of the people up top, they are transparent. You get to know who they are as people, not just some guru off somewhere trying to take your money. And so that's one of the things that really got me in this business. And I'll be pretty quick with my story. I started with eBay long before this came along. I spent a lot of money getting educated in the wrong way. And I've been in several other businesses. I've tried to recruit. I didn't like recruiting, but you get into an MLM and you're selling a potion or a pill or a vitamin, and or you're just selling a training course. You have to recruit or you don't make any money. And I didn't ever make any money in those businesses. I made a little bit here and there, but never enough to hang around. In fact, I'm one of those people that can say he lost several $1,000s finding this business, but it was all worth it. I didn't lose the money. It was an education. It kind of gave me a path to go. So I've been with Infinii since October of 2013, and I am not a six-figure earner. I didn't try to be a six-figure earner. Real quickly, my wife has been disabled and ill for some time, and I was a business owner of myself, but I spent 80, 90, 100 hours a week running a brick and mortar building, trying to make things work. And my wife needed somebody to be home, and I kind of wanted to be home with her too. And when I found this, I was able to start putting something together. I didn't make my first sale for the first month either. And a lot like Chris, I got myself in some trouble with eBay. But I started in October. By the time December came, Christmas was here, and I was all excited. I sold some stuff and made a little money. So we all make mistakes, but that's part of the learning process, and that's part of what the family's here for. About 6 months, it was April, probably the next year, and I was able to walk away from everything else and stay at home. And that way I was able to be here with my family and take care of the things I needed to take care of, as well as build an income enough to support us. Now I'm also a pastor, and I have a very big love for helping people. We have an outreach program that goes out and finds people homeless or living on the street, and we house them, and we do a lot of work with that, and that's costly. I'm living in a small town, so there's not a lot of money flowing in. This business has been able to give me enough money to take care of everything I have at home and invest money into those people as well. And then kind of the recruiting came along just by sharing it. It's in other businesses you've got to sell people. In this business, you're not selling anybody anything. They can see in your eyes something is going on. What is it? And I want to be part of it. So I have not had my first six-figure year yet. I wasn't really interested in my first six-figure year. I was interested in just doing enough to kind of get me along, and I've been taken care of very, very well, and it's allowed me to help others also along the path. So unlike any other business out there, there is absolutely no recruiting needed. eBay can make you enough money, but when you get into Amazon and the other platforms, I had my own site for a while, selling. The the slogan of the company is "Endless possibilities begin here," and it is definitely endless possibilities. There is so much here. That there's no way, I don't think, that any one person could possibly probably do every single thing. So there's something here for everybody. There really is. And I can't say enough about the family. I can't say enough about the Facebook group. I can't say enough about the people. Even the people that are downline from me, I've got to know them really well. I've got some people in India, and I've got some people in Canada, and all over the United States. I don't know what it is about South Carolina and North Carolina, but I got people all over there down there. So, but it's been a fantastic ride, and I love doing it. I get up every morning, and I'm excited just to get into my office. Been able to remodel my house. I've got a brand new office and all new computer systems. I got screens everywhere. You know, those kinds of things. It's been a great thing to be able to do that. So it makes my job easier, and I've been able to take care of my family. That's the most important thing. And I'm able to share with others. I have some people who were homeless at one time that we had put into a home through the outreach ministry, and guess what? They're doing Infinii, and they're making money at it. So it's just been a little different avenue for me. And again, I'm not interested in being a gazillionaire. I've been a millionaire. I'm not sure I want to go back there, but it takes care of me very well, and it takes care of everybody around me very well. So that's kind of my story in a short. I've got a lot of great people downline that I'm helping right now, and that has just exploded without me even putting a lot of effort into it. So it's been good, and I appreciate all of the people in this team, specifically you, Kenya. I know you do an awful lot, and Becky and Chris and Andrew. Just he's been fantastic with all of his stuff. So I just gotta say that's where it's at. And you don't need to recruit. eBay can do it all for you. But if you like to recruit, it's not really recruiting. It's more sharing an opportunity that everybody's looking for. And so it's been really great. So I'll pass it back over to you.
Thanks, Mike. I love that you are using this and you are empowering people that have been homeless at one time, and you're taking them, giving them a place, you know, helping them get back on their feet, and then teaching them to fish so that they can support themselves. That is really amazing. I actually didn't know that. This is a new story to me. Thank you for sharing that.
I have a lot of news stories, so someday you'll get to know them all. But
Yes.
it's very rewarding. It really is. So.
Wow, that is really amazing. Okay, well, thank you all for sharing your stories. Real quick before we go, we have about 10 more minutes. I want to wrap it up right at 9. But if we can just go through, and we'll start with you, Mike, since you're here. Let's just everybody give one quick tip for, let's say for new people. One quick tip for new people who are either just started or people who are looking at the opportunity with Infinii. And yeah, just let's start with you with that.
Okay, I think if you're looking at the opportunity and you're not in it yet, if anybody wants to start a business, if you want to start a brick and mortar business downtown, it's going to cost you hundreds of or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands. Here's a $50 investment. There is absolutely no place in this entire world that you can't place $50 and have the opportunity you have here. It is well worth just giving it a shot. And I'll tell you what, when you get inside, you're going to find out there is more than you can possibly do. And for those who are in and new, I know that sometimes your limits are down and you struggle a little bit. This is a time of year that the sales are slow a little bit. I mean, parents are taking their kids on vacations, but guess what? They're going back to school next month. And they're all going to be home, and they're all going to be right back together here, and we're going into fourth quarter. So I would say just continue to list, tweak your listings. There's absolutely nothing wrong with changing a title just a little bit or changing your price just a little bit, create some activity on your eBay account, and get ready for the fourth quarter. I can tell you that the first couple of months were tough for me. I mean, I could have easily walked, but I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't. And that would be my tip. Stick with it, stay with it, push hard. If your limits are low, keep bugging eBay. Um, and it'll come around. This is I can't say I can guarantee it, but this is so close to being a guarantee, it's unreal. So that would be mine.
Becky?
Can you hear me? Yes. Wow, I've got lots of tips. So the first one, I was looking at my phone. I make sales all the time, but I made a sale when Christopher was talking. Oh, well, I just made another sale, but I was excited about that. So I get excited. I don't know if you saw me looking at my phone, but you get excited when that happens. But what I would like to encourage you to do is dream big, like really big. Like just dream. I sold my first item, and like I said, I had sold on eBay before, but when I sold my first item, I didn't watch the training, and I lost 7 cents. I lost 7 cents, but you would not know that I lost 7 cents because I was so stinking excited, and I'm still excited now, even though I lost 7 cents. But what that proved to me is that it works. And a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to share this because I haven't had any results yet. Well, when I started sharing it, I lost 7 cents, and I've gone on to triple my salary that I make now. And earlier when I was talking about Jim Rohn, his story was he started out part-time too, and I'm at that point now where I don't want to quit because my story's so electrifying. It's like I still work part-time and triple my income. So my takeaway would be to dream big. Yes, when you look at the video, it's just drop shipping, but I did a video on YouTube the other day where I personally purchased some swimming goggles and glasses. And then I went to eBay, and someone had them listed over there for like $28. I purchased them for $16. And then I showed how Infinii teaches you how to source those same products yourself, and I could have gotten them for approximately $7. And this seller on Amazon, he was selling that one product, he was selling it 900 times a month, making about a $4 profit. So off of one product, he was making about $3,600. That's life-changing income. I have 9 products. There are people that have way more products than me. People making money on eBay. I have a Shopify store. I sell on eBay. I sell on Bonanza. I sell on Amazon. And you can get to the point where if you need to outsource it and hire a virtual assistant, you can do that as well and keep your day job like I do. So my advice is to watch the videos again, and then watch the videos a third time. And then my last piece of advice is don't be stupid. And what I mean by that is don't just watch the videos and say, oh, I got it, like I did, and lose 7 cents, because I don't want you to lose 7 cents. I want you to make $700,000 in sales. So just watch the videos.
Yeah, I lost $16, so your 7 cents is nothing compared to my $16 because I did just exactly that. I watched one time and I'm like, I got it. No,
Don't do that.
Get it. Okay, let's go to Chris.
Yes, I'm here. All right, can you hear me? All right. My advice, I would say, is don't worry about the nickels and dimes. When you first start out, the whole thing is about learning the system, getting the system down, and then scaling up. Because my thing is this: like I told you before, if I made $3 my first sale, which I think I did, I can scale that up. So I'm not worried about in the beginning. I wasn't worried about making $100 sale or $200 sale or $50 sale. I was just worried about does this work? Can it sell? And once I got past my second sale, it was all she wrote past that. And plus, I was, it was good that I was in quarter 4 at that particular time. But that's the one thing I would say to a new person. Don't nickel and dime yourself, because a lot of people always, well, I only made $3. I only made $4 on this sale. You have to think about the big picture. The big picture is you can turn that $4 into $40 into $400, and you can just keep scaling up as long as you continue to learn the system and follow the people that's already done it. So, like I said, I mean, I worked in the restaurant business for 15 years, and it was IHOP, and I was really close with the owner. And you need $1 million in equity just to even get in the door to own a franchise. You need $1 million equity. Because I was looking at one time, looking to maybe even get 10% into one of his restaurants. But that it's unreal how much money you need just to start a brick and mortar business. And with this business, you start with $50 of the training, and you can just scale up to unimaginable income. So, like I said, the biggest thing that I can give to you is don't worry about the nickel and dime. Go buy the training and just keep scaling up, and your income will grow as your knowledge and training grows.
Awesome. Thanks. Nathan? You with us?
Yep, yeah. Sorry, I was unmuting myself. Let's see. If you're just starting out, definitely go through the training quite a few times. Get it down so you memorize it. So you just start talking about it. You'll just say the lines that the lady says over and over and over, and then don't give up, because there's days where, like, actually today was one of those days where I had a return, and I had another customer say, you sent me the wrong item, which I didn't. But, I had like 3 of those today, and I was just like, oh, man. And actually, I had a hard time because I was because I was going to, I'm supposed to talk tonight. So I'm like, okay, I'm still doing it. I can overcome this. And so do not give up. Talk to eBay. I had this case against me once, and I was going to go below standard. I called eBay, and the lady was like, oh, I removed the case. I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, I removed it. I'm like, yes! And so I was above standard. So do not give up. Keep going. Follow the training. If you need help, ask for questions. All these people, they all have results, so you can easily reach out to one of us and ask questions.
Awesome. Thank you. And all those pictures in his background, his very talented wife painted, by the way. She is amazing. Anyway, had to throw that in. I saw him. I'm like, oh, look at that. Rose, how about you?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I guess for myself, don't give up. It's going into 5 months, and I put a lot of hard work into this. I went into something I had no idea, and I always say that today I know so much, where the first 2 months I had no clue what I was doing. So I think, like I said before, we don't know what we don't know, but when we end up knowing something and it's coming together, I realize that there's such great potential. That's why it's very hard. I can't walk away from this. And I do treat it like a business, and you cannot build a business overnight. So it's about a long-term opportunity that can be very, very, lucrative. So that's my attitude right now, and I'm going to go forward with it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
So I would say my piece of advice, I'm going to echo Becky. She said something about growing personally and working on your mindset. I really believe that is something that is going to help you succeed or not. And you have to decide, you can't constantly be in a certain state of mind and expect to have success. It's really important to work on that. You can do that through reading books, through listening to audio. There are a ton of amazing authors and speakers and that you can read, and also surround yourself with people who are positive, that will encourage you to keep going. On a business practical side, don't sign up and then do nothing. Don't sign up and then not look at the training for a week. Sign up and start right away, and set a goal for yourself, whether that's to have 5 listings up your first week or whatever. Just don't procrastinate with it, because it will kill the momentum for you before it even starts. So that's what I would say. And if you all are watching this and you're ready to get started and join our team and get started and work with all these amazing people, I would tell you to click the link that you see below and get started today. And we're looking forward to seeing you. We have a whole system in place, and you'll hear about how to get connected on our email list and our Facebook group and our free websites that we have for our team. And if you don't see the person that referred you to this on the link when you click it, make sure that you contact the person that referred you, and they will get you set up. We will talk to you guys later. Have a fabulous week and a fabulous rest of your evening. We'll talk soon.